Another day of a year in miracles, and today we are on A Course in Miracles workbook lesson number 148. And again, it is a review section like all of the ones that we've been doing this week, and we've got a couple of more, I think, in this review. So let me review the central theme that we're talking about with all of these review sections, and it is my mind holds only what I think with God. And that's it. That's the central theme. And then it breaks down into two sentences, each one recapping a previous lesson. So today we are recapping lesson 135 and 136. So as I read these lessons, or as you listen to the lessons, bring them to your mind every hour if you can, and then bring them to your mind tonight before you go to sleep. And that's it. They're pretty simple, they're pretty short. If you want to go back and re-listen to the full lesson that we are recapping, that might be great for you too. Or you can reread the lesson that we're recapping because it's just a one-sentence recap. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into today's lesson. A Course in Miracles, workbook lesson 148. My mind holds only what I think with God. Lesson 135. If I defend myself, I'm attacked. And lesson 136, sickness is a defense against the truth. And that's it. Those two simple, powerful sentences recap each of those lessons. So what does that mean if I defend myself, I am attacked? A Course in Miracles says, all attack is merely a cry for help. So if you can look at that, if you can look at someone who is verbally coming at you, and you can understand that all of that noise that's coming out of that person's mouth is really a cry for help. And as soon as you take it personally, you feel like you're attacked because you feel like you have to defend yourself, right? But if you can separate yourself from what's happening over there and realize that all attack is merely a cry for help, and there's no need to take it personally. And then you don't need to defend yourself, and then you don't feel attacked. So that is what that lesson means. Simple, but not always easier, but it gets easier as you practice. I used to talk to a woman who came to one of my Course in Miracles study groups, and she worked at a library. And she said that she'd get some people who would come up to her, and they were very angry. And she used to take it very personally until she started reading all about A Course in Miracles. And on the back of her nameplate, remember the old wooden nameplates that we used to have at our desks or in our offices? On the back of her nameplate, she wrote down, all attack is merely a cry for help. And she pasted it on the back of her nameplate so only she could see it. So when people would come at her, she'd remind herself, okay, all attack is merely a cry for help. How can I help you today? Right? And she wouldn't take it personally, and therefore she never felt attacked. And then the whole situation just went away. I mean, if you don't allow yourself to feel attacked, then that person isn't going to continue with their ranting, right? Because it kind of just, the whole situation just goes away when you bring it to the light and see it for what it really is. And even if that situation doesn't go away on their end, it has gone away on your end. So your perception of the situation changes completely. And there you are back at that place of peace again. One of my favorite sayings is, your opinion of me is none of my business, right? Because it's not. It's none of your business. It has nothing to do with you. Other people's opinions of you has everything to do with what's going on inside of them and nothing to do with you. So you just work on your own stuff and don't be concerned about other people's stuff. They all have their own path. They are walking their own path. And sometimes the hardest thing for us to do is allow others to walk their own path, right? Because we want to get all in their business and we want to fix it and we want to show them how they're wrong or how they can change their life to make it so much better. And it's not us to do that. It's only up to us to heal our own life and to work on our own self, and only then can we teach others, because they will learn from our example. We can't teach them by trying to force them to learn something. We can only teach them by being examples of love. and by being examples of my mind holds only what I think with God, right? So that's why we do these lessons, to heal ourselves and to understand our wholeness. And in doing that, we will help others. So that is our lesson for today. A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 148. Great to see you all here on the live feed this morning. Good morning, Carl. Hi, sweetheart. Nice to see you. Good morning, Pam. Hey, Colette. Good to see you here this morning. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Alberto. Here I am. Great to see you here on the live feed, Alberto. Good morning, Carl, again. Hey, Marcella. Good to see you here. Oh, it's a rainy morning. Yeah, sometimes I like those rainy mornings, right? Light a candle and connect with that flame, that oneness, that light. Those are some of my favorite mornings when it's raining and everything gets calm and reflective. Good morning, Bonnie. Nice to see you here this morning. You're welcome, Colette. Thank you for joining in the morning. It's always wonderful to see your name pop up on the live feed. Finally didn't sleep through school. That's good. Good morning, Barb. I'm so excited. Barb is on her way to visit me, and I can't wait till she gets here. So she is going through the airports right now. Good morning, Mark. It's so nice to have you here on the live feed. Good morning, James. Hey, Abel. Nice to see you here this morning. Hi, Anne-Marie. Good to see you here on the live feed. One of my wonderful neighbors here. Hey, Carla. Nice to see you this morning. Good morning, Tom. So yeah, if we just kind of remember that all attack is merely a cry for help, it really does help us to not feel like we have to defend ourselves, because it has nothing to do with us. So I hope you're enjoying these review lessons. And again, feel free to go back and listen to the full lesson, lesson number 135 and 136, if you want to get more into that lesson that we're reviewing today. But actually, these lessons just say read the sentence every hour, 2 sentences, hold the central theme in your mind. My mind holds only what I think with God. And that's it. And that's it. And even if you don't agree with the lessons, or if there's something about the lessons that are not sitting right with you, Course in Miracles says it doesn't matter. It's still going to be effective. It's still going to help. All you need is a little willingness and to do the lessons as they are stated to do. So it's not even necessary to go back and reread them or listen to them unless you haven't listened to them yet. And in which case, I would suggest you go back to lesson number 1 and do one every day, like we have been doing since January 1st here. So I will see you all tomorrow morning with our next live A Course in Miracles workbook lesson. Until then, have an amazing day, and please share what's coming up for you if you'd like to share what's happening, any aha moments or frustrations about doing these lessons. I'd love to hear about them, read about them, or you can share them in the private Facebook group. Until then, see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.